creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.
You guys, it's happening. I don't know who's having them, but we have more guppy babies. We've seen 4 so far. You can see 3 right there in front of you. And there's another one over in here somewhere. We just saw the 4th one. Oh my god, I forgot how tiny they were, you guys. We got used to seeing the other babies, if you'll remember, which are... Quit moving around. They're so fast. Those are the other babies right there. So they're quite large now. They could probably eat these ones. And these are so tiny. Oh man, I wish I could take them out and give them a head start like I did the other ones. But they're all in quarantine for these Camelonus worms. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I hope there's more soon. We've only seen 4, but like we literally just noticed them like 2 minutes ago. So there's actually no telling how many are in here and how many are hiding under this vast amount of duckweed. I have a feeling it's one of the yellow females. Oh, there's another one. So there's at least 5 in here. I have a feeling it's one of the yellow females because I keep seeing them running around through this hornwort. Oh my god. So there's at least 5. I'm so excited. I will update you guys when and if we see more. You know, they could drop them a little bit at a time, or I don't know. I'm so excited. Okay, that's all. So, small update, you guys. We're not sure of the total number, but we have so far counted for sure 8 baby guppies. And they're doing well. Nobody's tried to eat them yet, which is great. We also have some other good news. Our levamisole for treating the parasites in the guppies gets here tomorrow, which is awesome because I am so ready to get them, you know, over this. But also, we went to the store earlier, and forgive me, this is a 1 gallon. I know people are gonna like yell, but we were talking earlier about Hippo, our guppy who broke his back. And he hasn't been doing very well. The other fish are picking on him a lot. And so he's just been hiding in the spawning mops with the babies and like not even coming out to eat most of the time. Because he just gets beat up too badly. And so I was talking to my daughter earlier today about how we might have to euthanize him. Because it's not fair for him to have to like live that way. And, you know, he's not good for breeding anymore. I mean, he has a broken spine. He's paralyzed. So we were talking about it, and she was really upset about it. And we went to the store earlier, and I was telling my husband about how my daughter Mara was really sad about Hippo because he is her favorite fish, favorite guppy, completely. And I was like, well, maybe if I get a sponge filter, I can, you know, drag one of these plastic tubs out and stick him in it and he can have his own little temporary home. And my husband was like, oh, look, small tanks. That's big enough for 1 guppy. So I know it's just 1 gallon, but he is just 1 guppy. He doesn't get around well because he does have a broken spine. He is paralyzed. So he has his own tank. As soon as he is done being treated for the parasites like the rest of the guppies, and we're sure that nobody's carrying it anymore, he will be moved into this tank, which my daughter has told me is going to be in my fish room whether I like it or not, because it's warm in here. And he will just be a pet guppy. I know, everybody cheer and clap. I was sad about having to possibly euthanize him, so I'm glad we found a solution. I didn't expect it. But it looks like he's gonna be okay. Hi, Emo. Emo? I don't know why I call him. He's deaf. Baby. How's my good boy? Oh, you are a good boy, huh? This is our 15-year-old cat. My daughter's cat, Bella, has been napping here in the fish room all day. Hi, Bella. What's up, Bella? I don't know where the third one is. They're just hanging out here because it's warm, and we went ahead and put all the lids on the betta tanks, which are yellow right now from the tannins of their Indian almond leaves. And so the cats can't get into them. So we're not too worried about them being in here. We also have a minor update on our snails and their quarantine. They have grown a lot in the, see, this is day either 5 or 6. And I don't know if you'll be able to see any of them real well. But if you can see that snail there in the center of your screen, you may see that it has a line down its shell. That is its new growth. It has gained almost an inch in shell growth in the last 5 or 6 days, which is crazy. But also, if we look over here, if you see those little cloudy bundles right here, our snails laid eggs today. There's some there on the filter. Let's see if it'll focus. It's really hard to see with this camera phone. But we counted at least 11 or 12 different bundles of eggs around the tank. So I'm assuming they're from the ram's horns. I know they're not the mystery snails, but I don't think they're the bladder snails. I think it's the ram's horns. So we're gonna have baby snails soon. It's a day for babies. You know, we have all that good news, and then we have bad news, and then we're back to good news. So it's great. Everything is great. So guys, I bet you can guess what we are up to. We realized today that we had everything set up that we needed to in order to start breeding our bettas. Our Daphnia gets here tomorrow. The other fish are in quarantine, but there's nothing preventing us from getting these guys ready. So I know there's a lot of water in here, but we wanted to see what would happen. We have stuck Seiron in here with Rika in a cup. We have some bubble wrap over here taped to the corner so it can't float away. We're hoping he'll build his nest there. We've put some Indian almond leaves in here. We have a heater. We have a couple of hides. We'd really like a couple more hides, but our hornwort that we were going to put in here is currently in quarantine with the guppies, and the baby guppies are using it to hide. So we're just going to see what happens. We're going to be very careful. But as you can see, they're already kind of interested. Seiron is doing a little dance. Rika has had breeding stripes today, and she desperately wants to follow him. My daughter decided that these were the two we were going to try breeding today. Seiron is flaring at himself in the glass. I will take off this light eventually. I'm just using it for filming so we can see them really easy. But we're gonna leave them in here for a couple days. See if they both seem interested or not, and if Seiron starts building a bubble nest. They're already conditioned because we feed live foods all the time. But we are running this tank a little warmer than their normal tanks, which we keep at about 80. This is going to be running about 82, 83. And we'll see how they do. Seiron is trying to impress her. He does his little wiggle dance. That's what he's doing right now. And it looks like he's been grabbing some air to try and put under the bubble wrap. Oh yeah, he's definitely doing little wiggle dances. And she is trying to follow him. Now they have been in tanks right next to each other and kind of been allowed to flare off and on for a couple weeks. So they've definitely seen each other. They know who they are. They're familiar with the side of each other, so I'm hoping they won't be too aggressive. And they will just get down to business. But I'd say that there's a pretty good chance for these two. Like I said, Seiran is doing his little let me impress the girl wiggle dance. And every time he comes over, Rika goes head down, which is what she should be doing in order to breed. Oh, he's grabbing some air. So we'll see if he builds his little nest, and hopefully sometime early next week, depending how this goes, maybe we'll have some babies. We will keep you updated. So, a little bit of an update. We have cleaned and dosed this tank with levamisole. So hopefully we will get rid of our parasites. The little babies are out and about. You can kind of see them moving around here. We have counted for sure 11. And I think that's all there is for now. But it's really hard to tell because they move around a lot. Let's see if I can get to focus on one. No, it wants to focus on that one that's down there on the bottom. They're just so tiny. Oh, I can't do it. Have to focus on the group. But they're so tiny. I forgot how little they were until you compare them to like the adults or the 4 2-week-olds from the previous batch. Let me see if I can find one. There's one of the 2-week-olds. And there's a baby next to it. Like, the size difference is insane. Poor Hippo's here in quarantine with the rest of them. Oh, there he is. Right in there in the center. He still swims funny, but he's okay. As soon as their quarantine is over in 3 weeks, we will go ahead and move him into his own container so his life will be a little bit easier. We have also released the bettas because they were showing signs of wanting to be together, and they have shown, let's see, where is Rika? It's so hard to keep track of her. Oh, she's in the back. They've shown no real signs of aggression. They follow each other around. Seiran is attempting to build a bubble nest under that piece of bubble wrap, and Rika is pretty much ignoring him. He keeps trying to convince her that she should go over there, but she's just not listening. Cat invasion. Cat invasion. Bella, what are you doing? This is not a cat video. This is a fish video. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Welcome. Is this what we're gonna do now? Alright. Oh, there he goes. He keeps trying to lead her back. Oh, she's listening this time. Sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. We're really hoping they will breed tonight or tomorrow. If not, we'll take her out and give it a try later. But it's looking promising. You know, usually I would have had them cupped for like 4 days, but we were watching their behavior and there was just no aggression there, and Rika kept trying to follow Seiran. So we were like, well, let's try it, and if they're violent, we'll take her back out, but it hasn't been a problem, surprisingly. I thought if anything, Rika would beat Seiran up. But I don't know. They both seem really interested in building this nest together, but they just haven't done anything yet. Well, maybe tonight. Maybe they'll figure things out and everything will go well and they'll get on with it. If we happen to catch them breeding, of course I will video it. If not, well, we'll look at babies. Or, you know, complain about the fact that they're not behaving, not doing what we want them to do. I think it's gonna work out with these guys, though. Hi, Bella. Bella. What are you doing? What are you doing? So as you can see, he is defending his bubble nest. And every once in a while, Rika will come over and look at it. And then she decides it's not good enough and she runs away. They're really not showing much aggression, though. Which is, I guess, good. But he's not doing his job. Oh, glare. So much glare. But we're gonna give them another 24 hours. Wait to see how they do. Oh, she did the nose down. Maybe she's going to behave today. Guys, we have wrapping. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for the glare. We have windows open. Let's see if they'll do it again. I just came in here to check on them, and they were attempting to wrap. I don't think they have it quite figured out yet, though. I don't see any eggs. Oh, but they're trying. I'm so excited. I think they're still trying to figure it out. They're definitely trying. I just don't think Seiran's quite figured it out yet. No, Buffy. Buffy, I don't need you. What are you doing? You're not my friend today. Don't lick my arm. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm sure you can hear her purring because she's the loudest thing ever. Yes. Yes, you are. Even though they haven't figured it out yet, I'm just so excited that they're trying. I was starting to have my doubts. This is the second day they've been together. And I guess Rika finally approved of his nest. You guys suck at this. Guys, our fish are noobs. They finally successfully wrapped. But now they've just kind of left the eggs down there on the bottom. Oh look, she's releasing them on her own. Great job, Rika. I can't tell if she's eating them or releasing them. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if they've gotten any in the nest at all. But they are releasing eggs. These two, man. They're kind of noob parents. Yeah, Seiran, I'm talking about you. Do your job. Oh god, there's eggs all over back there too. I don't know if he's eating them or if he's going to carry them and release them. That would be nice. Do your job, fish. So guys, we are back at it again. Seiran and Rika ended up laying quite a few eggs, but as far as we can tell, none of them were fertile. We left them in there for 48 hours together, and when they stopped trying to breed, we took Rika out, and then we left Seiran in there for another 48 hours to see if any of the eggs they laid were viable, but he ate them all before the 48 hours were up. So we have just taken him out, and now we are trying another pair, and we're giving the other two a break because they ripped themselves up a little bit. So now we are trying with Zen and Nanami. They've only been here in here for a little tiny bit, but we'll give them some time to kind of acknowledge that each other are there, see how they act, see if Zen starts building a nest. He's always been our first to always want to build a nest, so we have high hopes for him. And when we feel like they are ready, we will release Nanami from her cup prison and see how they do. She is full of eggs right now, but hopefully he will build a nest. We got our bubble wrap there in the corner. That seemed to work really well last time. Seiran immediately said, okay, this is my nest, and started building there. So hopefully Zen will do the same. I guess we'll see. So it is Sunday evening. Thought I'd do a little bit of an update. This week has been so crazy, you guys. So as you can see, we have guppy fry everywhere. The last count yesterday was 55, but we've had, I think, 1 or 2 more batches today. So I don't even know. There's probably hundreds in here. As you can see, they're all over, blonde ones and dark ones. All of our fish made it through their levamisole treatment, including Hippo. Thank goodness. We've got him a little hide set up in his container when he's allowed to go over there, but it's gonna be a while, of course, because they have to go through their second treatment of levamisole in 3 weeks. But you are seeing baby guppies here that are less than a day old, 1 day old, 2 days old, possibly 3 days old, and then of course the bigger ones, like that one, will be 3 weeks old tomorrow. Now that they're a little bigger, we're able to tell their genders, and it looks like we have 2 males and 2 females. One of the males is super dark colored. This is one of the females. And the other male, although not as dark, I think he's right over here somewhere, there he is starting to get blue metallic on his peduncle, which should be interesting. I guess we'll see what he turns out to be. I thought he was just going to be half black, but apparently not. They're doing well. We cleared out some of the duckweed because it was getting insane. But they're back to eating. They're no longer stressed. Everyone survived the medication, which is great. We obviously have had a lot of babies, and I think there's 3 more females that are pregnant still. Oh man, you guys. There's going to be so many babies in here for the next couple weeks. Once we're done with our second levamisole treatment, we'll go ahead and pull the older juvenile guppies out, the original 4, and probably separate them by gender, just so we don't end up with more baby guppies from those 4. And then once all these little babies are older, we'll do the same and try to let them grow up separately. But they're happy right now. They're everywhere. Our snails are also doing good. As you can see, they're getting huge. That is one of the babies. And let me see if I can... No, don't run away, don't run away. Come back. Come Come back. Oh. As you can see, they're getting quite large. All of these were babies when we got them, and this one is getting pretty big. They're about quarter size now, which means they should be able to breed soon. We'll stick him back in the water. Him, her, whatever it is. We have snails everywhere. They're in here eating some spinach. There's one of our jades. There's also snail eggs everywhere. Now, this is a little glary. Before the main attraction, Rika and Zen. We had Nanami in here for about a day. We had her cupped, and unfortunately, when we let her out, Zen attacked her. He was a little too aggressive. He ripped off the entirety of her dorsal fin. And just so you can see, here's Nanami. As you can see, her dorsal is absolutely gone. He just ripped it right off. So we decided to see what would happen if we threw Rika in, because after we had Rika in with Seiran, we knew that Rika was a little more aggressive and bigger than Nanami. So we threw her in here for about 2 days. We kind of jarred her in here. And he still attacks her a little bit, but they're getting along a lot better. I don't know if you'll be able to see the bottom, but we have eggs. We also have eggs in the nest. Let me see if I can adjust this so you guys can see. Yeah, you can see some of them. There are a couple of eggs in the nest. You can see one about center screen right now. We've looked, there's a couple of them. Don't know if they're fertilized, but we did see them wrapping. So we have hope. We have hope. You can see a couple there in the back too. So I guess we'll see how that turns out. Zen still chases her around. Oh God, sorry guys, the light. And attacks her. They are trying. So we have some hope. We may get babies out of this pair, and I'm interested to see what they would turn out like, because he is a turquoise metallic butterfly, and she of course is a yellow pineapple butterfly. I don't know, we'll see.